Hey guys, we did it. This is it. This is the latest version. We don't have any more programming to do. As a matter of fact, we're moving from calling this T2HA now uh, to T2HB. So in the beginning, there was themed HTML websites. Then came the whole thing about creating automation. That was done for the locksmiths, and it allowed bulk exporting domains. Okay, that was themed HTML automated, or T2HA. Now, the cool thing about that was you could create like a 600-page website in an hour. Okay, and you'll have it done and it'll look great and feel great, and all of it got created on your server anyway, so totally awesome, right? Take about an hour, but you can create a 600-page website with that. And then that was pretty amazing. That's been used for a couple of years now, so four, something like that, three. um, Now we have themed HTML-B, which is Blitz, and when I show you what I mean by that, you're going to get it. So let's start with this. First, we moved the demo over to mainroofer.com. It just makes more sense for showing a demo than moji-samples.com, right? Next, we put the security certificate on it, okay? And we went all the way through. We found this. If we apply the auto security cert, it works for the main pages of the site, but to get subdomains, we had to go with a wildcard security cert. We actually had to buy one. You have to get one for every individual domain name, okay? So it goes. But then that secures all your subdomains, all right? Now that's something amazing, and I'll show you why in just a sec. Let me walk through this. We wanted to get this all updated, right? So check this out. Very few websites in the nation can boast no warnings and no errors on an HTML validation check. By getting the coding right, you can rank higher. Google likes your website more because it understands the pages. That's a big deal, right? Then, if you go to page speed, all right, check this out. Page speed is totally in the green, 94 out of 100 for both mobile and desktop. Again, that's something Google loves to see, and it helps your pages rank because Google wants to show fast pages and pages with no coding errors. Really big deal. What else do we do? In the act of creating the sitemap, all right, here's what we did. We stress tested it. 47,600, I think, domains on here. Okay, it's just insane. It's like 47,600 subdomains on this website. Okay, totally insane. And then out of it, each of those have like 10 pages each. So we have almost 500,000 pages on this website, along with creating, and these work. Okay, if I go to any one of these, like I pulled up Canterwood just to go here somewhere and see something. Every one of these you can click on, right? Like logan-roof-replacement.mainroofer.com/sitemap.html. When you click on it, it's live, it's real, it goes there. Now, along with that, we did a sitemap.xml. Okay, so the sitemap.xml covers all the URLs, which is absolutely insane. Goes through everything. It's just incredibly huge, and it covers everything, right? Look at that. 48,000 for the subdomains. So we did it for the subdomains because from there, it's very easy to find the pages themselves. It's in the top menu, right? All the pages are. Let me show you what this meant, because this is absolutely unbelievable. Here's what it means. When we go and upload a new file, it instantly overwrites the sitemap, and it instantly overwrites the XML file with the new listings, which means we can always update them. There's more. Each one of these sitemaps, if you click on it, it goes to its own set of individual pages, right? Like the 10 pages plus a split for the services, okay? And what that means is very, very easy to follow through the sitemaps and see what the individual pages are, right? And if you go to any one of them, like I clicked on that one, it took me here, okay? Just to show you, Canterwood-roof-replacement.mainroofer.com/roof-maintenance.html. Check out how cool that is. That goes for Canterwood, which is Canterwood, Washington, for roof maintenance.html, which is the roof maintenance, that's the idea. And that's for the roof maintenance link in the menu, right? Totally awesome. Everything's here, and it's all about that company, Advanced Building Product and Service, which is Advanced Building Product and Service, with their information. Now, I want to point out what this means, because there's one more piece that's invisible. Every time you upload the new global variables file with the whole breakdown for the whole website, every time you upload it, it submits the sitemaps all over again. Like I said, it recreates the sitemaps with the new information. So they're exactly always updated automatically. No one has to go and mess with them at all. If you change one page or 1,000, if you add or subtract, delete, or whatever, the sitemaps are perfect. Now, with that in mind, if you submit, well, that's just it. What do you need to do with sitemaps? Submit them to Google, right? We automatically submit them to Google. Not just that, we automatically create the robots.txt file on any new website pointing out the sitemap links. That way, every time there's a new website, the sitemap links are there. And every time anyone makes any changes to this upload or uploads the global variables, then boom, it recreates the sitemaps and submits the sitemaps to Google, Bing, and Yahoo automatically behind the scenes. No one has to do anything about that. That means that you're always alerting them whenever you change the website so that they can come and check it out ASAP. Okay. Now I want to point out where this is leading us because it's unbelievable. Like I said, we stress tested with 47,600 subdomains times 10 pages each, and yet all these images are relative URLs. That means that we don't have to call this image from a root. It is as though in this folder. Okay. And all that really means is you can go as far as you want. For all you guys who heard to build subdomains for the keywords and point them in at a page, this takes over for that. By the way, we have canonical URLs built into this. Okay. One thing I want to point out, with this demo website with 47,600 entries on it, it does slow it down because you can, on the server, of course, it's got to find the page, and you can almost see the needle flipping around. You can feel it flipping around on the disk to try to find the right page. That's overkill. But then 500,000 pages on a website for anyone roofer or anyone plumber or anyone else, I mean, that is overkill, 500,000 pages, right? So all we have to do to make the site fast is just not build it so big. But for the demo purposes, it's totally awesome. Check this out. There is our canonical URL, Kennerwood-roof-replacement. So here's our question. Does Google like this? Does Google work with this? And the answer is yes. Check out the sitemap. Okay, site colon. Now we only put this run into Google like 2 days ago. All right, we already got like 159 results. And here's the first thing we noticed. We didn't SEO the pages. All we did was flip them on so that they were indexed instead of no index, but no one went through and actually dealt with the page titles or the meta descriptions, right? So we're surprised that Google's even indexing these. Okay, but they are. Look, it's like willis-roof-repair.mainroofer.com/roofing.html. Okay, now they're doing all that with all of the roofing HTMLs from all the different subdomains, right? But then as you go further into the site, they do it with the other pages too. So if I just keep going, right, it's going to get past to like emergency dash roofing, commercial dash roofing, okay, residential dash roofing for all those different cities. Now here's the point where the cache is going to become like really automatic. I just want to point out what cache cow means now, because there are a lot of ways to make money with this, and we're going to do them all. Okay, here's the coolest thing. We put this up and it auto submitted the sitemaps. 2 days passed. We're already seeing this. So Google is indexing these URLs the way we want, even with minimal SEO. Okay, I mean, it's crazy, right? They're all the same duplicate page titles, right? So here comes the question. Is Google actually like getting any of these pages to rank for anything? Well, heck, man, I mean, how can they rank? Bad SEO on the pages, but even more than that, no backlinks. But we just thought, let's see if we can find any signs of it at all. And so we just started looking through some of those cities, like that Kennerwood one I was showing you. If you go to Kennerwood emergency roof replacement, we're number 1, okay? 14,100 results in the area of Kennerwood, okay? Whatever city, I guess, near Gig Harbor, Washington, I'm sure. Kennerwood, Washington, right? We're number 1 for Kennerwood emergency roof replacement. That's pretty cool because we didn't do anything. Why are we number 1? I'll tell you why. We're HTTPS, and we have no coding errors on that page, and we have maximized page speed on that page. And that's more than almost anyone else did that's on this page, at least for that term. Okay. Can we win smaller keywords? Yeah, a little bit of effort, some SEO, a few backlinks from some of our other templates that we're going to deck out. Because guess what? What if we put out 4 roofer templates and have 3 of them backlink the other one, the master, right? Isn't that insane? We can have several results up here because they're all going to have no coding errors. They're all going to have HTTPS. They're all going to have maximized page speed. That's crazy. I got a question. Wouldn't you love, or not you really, but a cold caller, wouldn't somebody love to call the company that's on that page? Say, hi, we just want to show you something and see if we can get your permission for this. Make sure that the information's correct and see if you're interested. We got you up on the front page for this keyword, maybe some others if we dug around and looked, okay? And we just want to know if you'd like us to do this kind of marketing for you to get you up on more. That sounds like an SEO job for 500 bucks a month, doesn't it? Just this one keyword alone, somebody could pay 99 a month, okay? If we do an SEO job and help improve the guy's results, sure, he could be on board easily for 500 bucks a month. Why? Because we're not just saying, we can make you a website and make it rank. We're saying, look, we already made the website. We already made it rank. It's right there. It's got your information on it. Are you interested? Is the information correct? Do you want us to take it down or keep it up? If he doesn't want it up, we're going to call his competitor, right? Say, look, man, this guy just doesn't want it. Do you want it? He wasn't listening on the phone. You're listening on the phone. Would you like us to do this for you? Because you know what? We can re-upload the sitemap and immediately overwrite the company name, address, and phone and everything for that page. And nothing here changes. It looks the same, right? But if you click it, the company being represented changes. Now, for 10 years, from the time we started Moji, we wanted to be able to do that, make those changes in minutes automatically on any number of websites, any number of company-based pages, and we can do it. Check this out, though. We said, okay, good. That's for Canterwood emergency roof replacement. We just said, what about another city here? Weir. Some of these names I don't know, of course. Weir, roof repair, mainroofer.com, mainroofer.com, roofing.html. That's us again. Roofing services even, right? Weir roofing services. There it is, roofing services. Okay. Number 2, out of 90,500 results. That's nuts because this is a second company. If you click on that, we're calling a second company to tell them, hey, go to Google and search Weir Roofing Services. We got you there with almost no effort at all. Do you want us to really do it? You know, SEO, 500 bucks a month. Want us to? We'll give you a keyword report every month showing you how much better we're improving all your results and you're going to get more sales. Nifty, huh? What about this? Goodfield Commercial Roof Services. Commercial roof? Goodfield Roof Repair right there, number 1. Elliston Roof Repair, number 2. Altman Roofing Services, number 1. We can just call all these guys, right? Rote Roofing Maintenance, number 2. So what's our point? I called my cold calling manager and said, what do you think about this? He said, you know what? He said, cold callers, he already knows because he works for them, are dying to have something like that so that they can just get the list of ranking terms or just know how to look them up, go find them real quick, call those companies, show them, right? By the way, look, I'm incognito. I'm not signed in. All these different results I've been showing you, I'm not signed in, okay? These are just so you can see that they're general. If I see them that way, pretty much anybody would, all right? Really important, okay? So we can show already our expertise before we talk the guy into buying anything. He's just buying because if we can do all that without trying, imagine if we tried. Imagine if the guy paid some money in so we had some seed money to develop his pages with and improve his project with, okay? I want to take you somewhere else now. First of all, we're getting content done for a bunch of the other websites. I think we did 16 already. We got 4 more coming that we're putting in today and some more. I just got to get time to get back into it. I want to point something else out. All these websites, right? You might think, wow, we got a bunch of these things to kind of rank for some pretty good terms with very little SEO. What if a guy is paying us 500 bucks a month, and what are we going to do? We're going to improve results on 100 of his pages, right? Like a 10-page website times 10 surrounding cities would be 100 total pages. We're responsible for the SEO on his 10 pages. You know, the thing for an SEO has always been time versus money, right? They got to try to charge low but work hard, okay? Like we've been saying, what if we can put this together, all right? For the guys on one website like that, we're working through them. I want to point something out. Say we realized all of a sudden, oh crap, I didn't put visitor tracking code into the website, which I didn't. You know how hard that is for me to do? I go into the main admin panel and I add it in the one, show you. I want to make this point. All right. Go into the main admin panel, global settings. Right there. That's the script code at the page bottom. And if I put it there, that's global, right? Global setting or general settings anyway. And I update every one of those upwards of 500,000 web pages are now updated with that visitor tracking code. Somebody said, what if you want to make the visitor tracking code different for every one of the productions? Fine. We're going to do this. We're going to go into global variables and add a new global variable, call it tracking code, and put like tracking here for the token, and put in the whole code, okay, as our example. Then we're going to go download that from our batch global variables, download it, add that column in to our main column, and import with the new column, okay? And that's going to update all the sitemaps and resubmit them. But guess what else? We've got tracking code. Because we have the tracking code column, then for every different paying guy, we can have the default tracking code. But then for every guy who is paying, we go into the tracking center, create the different code for him, and stick that in his pages so that when we upload, just his pages have his tracking code. And some other paying guy, his tracking code. Some other paying guy, his tracking code. Everyone else, the general tracking code. The general one. Okay? How's that for nuts? Somebody said, what if you thought, oh man, SEO in this case, again, I want to get back to this point. What if you have 200 companies on one website because they're all in different cities in the metro areas, 200 metro areas, 10 cities each. Each client has 10 cities. And that means 100 web pages, 10 by 10. Okay, just making a point here. So you got 20 clients. You're responsible for 2,000 web pages SEO updates. How easy is it now? Because we're collecting a payment from each of these 200 guys, right? To work hard on their pages to make them rank better and more and do more things, right? Well, what's an example of something we could do to improve any one of those guys? And most of those guys get improved by improving one of those guys. In other words, they all can use the same benefits. I'll give you the example in this case. Kenneth, roof maintenance and roofing services. Pattison, roof maintenance. Why didn't we put the city token into the page title? Okay, and that goes not just for the main pages of roofing or whatever, but also the emergency roofing pages. It should say, you know, whatever that is, Epping roof maintenance, right? Emergency roofing would be the keyword. You know what we do? We go back here, go to pages, go into each of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pages, one at a time. Go to the page title, enter the city token. Okay, I'm going to copy that, update it. Okay, oh, I didn't even put meta description or anything for this, did I? No. If it seems like it's taking a while, again, it's because it's got 47,600 subdomains to go through. And now I'm going to go to About Us and do the same thing. Okay, just stick it in there. City, and then I'll put like keyword, right? You know, or comp name for the company, right? Or just comp name in this case, right? Company name. And guess what? That I just did SEO for that page. Okay, that's not a lot of SEO, but I want to make this point. I just updated out of those 100 pages, 10 by 10, I just updated 20 pages. The page titles on 20 pages for a client times my 200 clients. I just took care of 4,000 pages. I did something with SEO that should get the rank to rise. The next time Google comes around and checks the pages and sees the improvement, the rank should rise. Get it? So how much longer will it take for me to do the rest? A few minutes. So I can take care of 200 clients times 100 web pages, all of their SEO by just handling it here. I can go put alt tags on the images. I can insert schema. That's another one. What about schema? Just paste in the schema. You want to paste in generic schema that covers everything? Watch this. Again, like what if I put up 500,000 web pages and then say, oh man, I forgot, to add schema. Just go here. Script code at page bottom, above or below the visitor tracking code. Paste in our schema there. Do we have global variable schema? Yes. What is the value of global variable schemas? Matter of fact, where did I put that thing? Oh, it's neat. I gotta come back around and find it, but yeah, it's like right here. No, somewhere. Anyway, I got it for you later. Okay. Oh, I stuck it in my Dropbox. That's what I did. All right, global variable schema. Yeah, we have it. So what do? We paste it in there and update. And guess what? All 476,000 web pages are telling Google what they're all about, because it's the schema, but it's got all the global variables in it. Okay, so right here. By the way, if a cold caller is showing a demo and the guy says, "Oh, the page is loading," so he says, "Yes, of course," because all of our demo projects are on this website. If you're doing a paid project, then of course we do your stop right on your website, and it would load really fast, right? But here you go. All of this right here, the stuff that fits in, and we can put new tokens for anything. We can have it for schema, days of business schema, hours of operation schema, this, that, and the other, okay? Including schema rating and count for the stars, right? So that they can get star ratings next to their URL. That's how far we've come. It's insane. Nobody can do this. So we can update 500,000 web pages in minutes. What's that mean? And every time we upload new information into the global variables or re-upload the same information, it's going to recreate the sitemaps, re-ping them. We can do it every day. What's the point? Now that you can do that so easily, now that we can do that so easily, you can do that so easily. A client, if he bought a production like this, could do that so easily. What's it mean? That we can do anything for SEO and just update it with ease. Okay? Like I'll give you another simple example. If we are looking at the actual upfront web pages for this website, okay, and we say, okay, the About Us page, let me see, because all these pages are kind of the same, right? Yeah, it's pretty skimpy, right? There's not much more information here. If we go in and put in more content here and stick the normal global variables like this one, that's a global variable right there, right? Company name. We just stick them in where they belong, city variable where it belongs, and update it. We made the pages far more valuable for Google, in Google's eyes. Every single page, every single About Us page, that's 47,600 of them on this demo site, just improved in SEO value. Okay, that is what I mean. We can take care of all these things. See this little pop-up here for the image says Bennett Roofing Inc. and it's got a phone number. We can make it say call now, phone number. And again, one motion inside here. How do I do that? I'll tell you. Go to sidebars. Your satisfaction guaranteed is the top sidebar, right? With the image coding, we put in this code we created a long time ago. Yeah, and that code, like this right here, title equals com name, city, state, phone, okay? That kind of code right there, or even this one, right? Image with the alt, right? Com name, city, state, phone, okay? That is exactly what makes that happen. So just by putting those global variables in there, 47,600 different projects, okay? Almost 500,000 web pages just got updated with that. Individual to each company. And every company, of course, can go to their own homepage and it stays on their production right now. They're part of the demo website, right? Looks and feels totally awesome, okay? So this we've never had before. We've never been able to put up an unlimited amount of information benefiting as many companies and or as many keywords and or as many topics as we want. What could we have? We could have a 47,600 page production about one company, Bennett Roofing. It's just that we do 1,000 different things. So we've got like 1,000 categories, and inside each category we have like 10 different keywords. So we have 10,000 keywords, right? Times 10 locations. So that would be 100,000 pages. Okay, for one company. All right, just getting that granular with geo-targeted keywords. Every one of those pages can be just like this. Every one of them can be just like this. All of them, 500,000 page website if we really wanted, if it made sense, right? So we can even put up pages, and we can use a variable that allows some of the pages to show and other ones not to show. It won't take any time for me to get that feature built. That way we can index some, not index others. That way we can index all of them as no index, minus a few that we're going to sample at a time. As soon as they index, we call those companies to show them what we did for them. And then we go and index a few more and call those companies. We could index all the way through the stack. What do I mean to say? You can index all the pages you want for the companies that you're doing work for, while inside the same file, you're creating a bunch of demo runs for other companies to show them what you can do for them in the one file. Is that not insane? Nothing about this is simple or silly. This is totally amazing. Okay, we've never had this before. This is 10 years in the making. Okay, I want to point something out because now we're unbelievably excited. So first of all, for the cash cow concept, the reason that we're about there now, however much we're paying for the Robotex, are we going to be selling these things for like 395 bucks? Hell no. We are absolutely going to do do a video on this demo run here, and runs like that as we put them up, just to say, hey, you're going to get a website like this. Your pages are going to be it's going to be like this. It's going to be for one example company. You're going to show up for this. It's going to be you. That's going to be you. That's going to be you. That's going to be you. As a matter of fact, now that's so easy to do SEO and improve upon SEO and resubmit the pages and redo the pages and upload the pages. And anyone can do this. We can have one guy specialized in the sidebar stuff and like the navigation bar stuff. We can have another guy specialized in the content. We can have another guy specialized in SEOing different factors of the site. So you could have 1, 2, 3 guys working, and they're benefiting 20,000 companies at a time. Okay, we can have a guy cutting different images, because we can make the images variables, and that can literally allow the images to be variable. I'll give you another example of variables. When a guy pays in, the videos list. Right now, we've got videos here, and these videos are exactly the generic 3 videos that we happen to have in this project. Can we make those variables, video 1, 2, and 3? Yes. And we can use the default ones for the entire production, whatever ones we wanted, and then we can just change them for any one guy. And then the default one, anytime we want, we can change those videos up for other videos. Just by going into the main panel and changing them here. And the defaults will change, okay? Well, here, change them in the global variables page, right? And the defaults will change. That is a YouTube video code. What that means is at the end of the YouTube URL comes that video code, because all the URLs from YouTube are the same way. We can put descriptions in or whatever, and it'll affect everything. Put the description on the video. That improves SEO. Put some global variables into it to make it relate to a certain city or keyword or topic. That improves SEO. Going into the images category, putting in the images there, putting in different categories and applying the images to them. That improves SEO. All this stuff is easy and improves SEO. Okay? I don't know what to tell you. It's stupid simple. Okay? Now, for those of you that are either developers or enough, or you're excited to get your own hands into this or help us really expand, I want to show you something we did last year. Was pretty amazing, and we're doing it again this year. We're just doing it with the new standards, so it feels different, but it's pretty amazing. We want to set this stuff up, and we want to keep expanding it out. And we want to make sure you guys are rewarded for continuing to help us, because it is your money that's making this possible. It is your money that's making this great. And here's what I want to say about the cash cow angle. All you guys who are waiting for the robocalls to go out again, as soon as we get done copying over the Blitz format, for each of these industries on each of these templates, what do you think we're going to do? We're going to put it out. We're going to robotext now. The cost is going to be more like $24.95. Okay, you want it $24.95. Let me make another really interesting point. This is pretty crazy. For those of you that need to see it, let me just try to show it to you. Let's say a guy chooses his industry, and let's say he decides he's going to go with it, and let's say he decides to buy, right? I want to make this point because this is so important. Okay, it won't be 12 or $2.95 anymore, right? Be like more like $24.50 or $29.50, because this isn't a joke. It's going to have his hosting cPanel. It's going to have his SSL cert, wildcard, whatever. But here's the point I want to make, because we've already started this. We already have this working. When he orders, or a cold caller orders for him and they become the owner, whatever, or you could, here's the point. The company information goes here, right? When the guy fills this in and he buys it, and he's either making a full payment or a subscription payment, what's going to happen? When it installs onto his website, it is going to recognize his city-state combination. It is going to look up the other cities surrounding him. And when it installs on his website, it's going to also fill in his set of keywords and topics that we did in the back end, plus his geographies. It's going to create a bunch of pages for him. So if we had like 40 keywords and there turned out to be 10 cities surrounding them, or if we had 60 keywords, there turned out to be 10 cities surrounding them. Okay, 60 keywords, 10 cities, that's a 600-page website. That'll be generated instantly. His cities, his area, right? It'll be generated instantly. And it'll ping Google, Yahoo, and Bing for him. So even if he makes this order while he's sitting in a restaurant and he makes it from his phone, he'll have a 600-page website instantly live in a few minutes, like 3 or 4 literally, or 2. And the whole thing will ping Google to let it know, hey, we're ready for you to index us. I don't know what to say. Nobody has that kind of power. And they have the MM panel, and they have all the features available to them. Okay, but it'll be like $29.50. All right. What does that mean though? With a video showing what's possible and explaining how easy it is to get, is we go robo-texting that message out. You know what's going to happen? There will be sales. Okay. And because we can justify it at that price, and people think, yes, that's perfectly sensible. Okay. If it was $69.95, it would be sensible, right? Any company to have that kind of power and either use us for their SEO or learn from us how to do it and then hand it to their own SEO guys because they want to use their own SEO guys, okay. But the point is they have that kind of power. And because they have that kind of power, easily $69.95. No one has that kind of power. So that's what's going on there. So yeah, cash cow status is inevitable. There's just, you contact them with such a great website, people are going to buy. In the meantime, the cold callers are dying. And this is something I want to point out. We checked, okay? If you were just to start calling cold caller companies right now and say, hey, this is something I want to run by you. You buy a computer, look up this keyword real quick. Do you see the guy in the number 2 spot is this, right? Where is he? 1, 2, or 3? You see the one called roofing services, right? That's ours, okay? If you were to click on it, you'll see it's for a company. What's that company? It's the guy in the header. All right. Could your guys call that company and show them this result and say, hey, we just happen to put you up here on the fly with just a test run. Would you be interested in getting into SEO and letting us do this bigger for you, right? And set it up for like $500 a month, right? You know what? Those guys can do it, and they can take the payments in, and they can pay us. Well, they'll get the guy going in the right direction to buy this thing, okay? Like an SEO option, which we'll have is a section for them to get. We'll have that soon. And when they go and sign up for that, cold caller makes like $200 or even $250, okay, for the first month. And what that means is the house gets to keep a chunk of that, right? So the house gets paid the money, and they pay him his share. So the house gets whatever they get, maybe 100. They give them 150. Who knows? That's them and their house rules, right? But then call another cold caller company. have them do it too. Call another one, have them do it too. Some of those guys have like 20 or 50 guys just sitting around doing this, waiting for good things to sell that they think they can sell. Here's the point that makes everyone rich here. Everyone dreams of calling the guy and saying, hey, we could put you on the front page with a website for you. Really, we could. No, honestly, we could. Yeah, really, for good keywords that you can use. No, really, I'm not kidding, right? But very few people actually have the results sitting up here so that you can just call and say, hey, we already did it. Already, it's here. Do you want us to keep it? Or should we talk to your competitor if you're not interested? Because we need somebody in this area who wants to accept these pages because they're ranking in that area. We need somebody to say, I want to be part of that, okay? You just want to show up for the one keyword, the one page, and that's it. 95 bucks a month, something like that, right? And the guys will just sign up. It'll be recurring commission. Everybody involved gets paid because you're going to get paid. You're going to get paid for being the affiliate through which these projects work, through your payments, and also through just the way we're setting this up because we want to take care of everyone and keep pushing it forward. We're there. There's more here than we can do all by ourselves. It's just huge now, okay? Now, I've been talking about all this so far for roofing, right? A lot of guys said, what about plumbers? What about driveway contractors? What about, all these things are coming. We're doing these with the copywriting on the templates that we have. But then a lot of you guys said, can I get into this and do this my own way? Here's what we thought. And we said, here's a way that you can get involved if you want to do it. Let me just show you what you can do, okay? And there's options there. Choose your category, all right? Blitz stack. Blitz stack. Right now, if you go, it's showing this one that I've been showing you this whole time. And if you get it, okay, then you're going to get that whole thing, right? Now, it's not cheap. Not cheap, but it's because this is the fill-in while you get the real goods that are coming. I want to point that out. So if we get the details, okay, $27.75, all right? I'm going to point out what you're getting out of this because this is different. And again, don't forget, there are payment options. You can make payments up to a year, okay, on the PayPal subscription option. Let me explain what's going on. $27.75, you get this instantly, right? You choose yourself a domain name like you would expect and buy it. And either buy it outright or pay using subscriptions. Here's what's going to happen. When you buy this, you tell us the 3 industries you want. Okay, if you're buying on subscription, okay, there's the different options there. There's 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months. We decided this. If you're buying on subscription for 12 months, well, it's not a lot of money at a time, okay? So there's not a hell of a lot we can do. You get this up front. You can work with it right now. You can create demos on your domain name that you created, okay? Yes, you can change the content. Yes, you can change the images. Yes, you can make this for anything you want, okay? And once every 3 months that you pay, all right, then what? Then we will give you another template, right, for your 3 industries, whatever it was you want. So every 3 payments, or 4 payments for 12 months, we can give you another industry. We'll end up with 3 at the end of the year, okay? Now, the thing is, that's pretty expensive because it pretty much doubles the payment if you stretch out the payment terms for 12 months. Better deal would be 6 months. By the way, if you go with every 6 months, think about it. 3 templates in 6 months means every other month. It's twice as fast, right? Twice as fast to get more industries rolling as parallel income streams and let other cold callers go making the calls, okay? And also, that's so much cheaper, okay? It's $675 times 6 months instead, which is only like 30% over what it would have been originally. Now, let me make a point because we like to reward people. And so here's what it is. If you go with 3 months, then we'll do all 3 templates right away. You'll get them right away, all in the first month. They'll all be ready. We'll be able to make them live, control them, improve the SEO on them, anything. Get the cold callers going. We even have our cold caller managers happy to train cold caller guys for a cut. So if you're interested, he can do that. You've got a guy working for you for his percentage, okay? And you just get the income rolling for free, okay? That's that. And also, you can always go with your own guys. You can go with your own cold callers. You can show your own demos because it's your domain. You can do it for your own industries. That's the point. What about you guys that aren't going to rent over 3 months? You're just going to pay for it outright. What do you get? here's the kicker, and this is the biggest thing that we can offer, okay? If you go with the full payment now, it'll be 3 templates, but we'll put them in software installer for you. And that means you can install them onto unlimited websites, right? So you'll have yours anyway, and that's great. You can show it on the demo. But if you have it in the software installer, you don't even have to follow the rules of website installer anymore. You can sell them for whatever you want because you can just auto install them. Now, what you do have to keep in mind, all of you guys, is that these things are only supported on our cPanels. They could well work on other cPanels, but they're only supported on our cPanels. So let me show you another thing, because this is part of, if you sell this to anybody, you want to collect money. How much money can you make with these things now? Especially if you pre-do the runs to show what you can do, and then you just offer to give the guy a version for him, you know? And you can update copywriting or images or whatever with this payment, because we can do it if you want us to do it, or you can have anyone else do it, or you can do it. Now, here's another point I want to make. cPanel with SSL. Okay, this is important. The cPanel with the SSL option, right? You can get here. Let me get the details. Every cPanel you get, okay? These are 195 now. Why are they 195? A couple of reasons. One, we found you had to get the $75 SSL certificate for subdomains, okay? You cannot avoid it. When we could turn on SSL, it only works on the root domain. HTTPS : whatever it is, you know, domain.com / whatever it is. But if you want to go subdomains, HTTPS : / subdomain.domain.com, which is so much better for rank and allows you to do it for so many companies and demo that you did it with a green padlock on every page. $75 for the domain. Has to happen. We got to pull our money out, $75 and drop it on the table. We make nothing for that. And then we also decided if we're doing this right, we should truly do it right, not let you buy less than you need to buy to make this make the most sense. $75 dedicated IP address to separate you from your neighbors so that Google sees you separate from your neighbors too. And so there's $150 that has to happen out of the 195. The rest is the cPanel itself and the hosting and the unlimited space, okay? And being able to upload all this stuff, 500,000 web pages on a website and more, okay? Won't even stop us. That's fine. You can do that. Totally amazing. So it's $195 for each cPanel. So whenever you sell a job to anyone, just bundle in the $195 for the cPanel so you can come and buy it here, okay? That way, when you get it, okay, here's what you do. You buy it how? You buy it with the existing domain. You can even buy it with a PayPal subscription is what we used to say, but we got to take that off. You can't buy that with a PayPal subscription, or else if you do, you'll get the cPanel up front, but we can't give you the SSL or the dedicated IP address until you finish paying enough for us to do it, right? So you could buy it on subscription, even for 6 or 12 months. It'd be kind of expensive at 12. Best deals for 6 in a case like that, right? Really it is. But then when you do that, you only get the cPanel up front. You need to make some more payments before we can afford to pay the rest. It would be like half a year before you get the rest. Just so you know, okay? Because those are hard costs. We can't pay for that out of our pocket unless you're paying for it, okay? But I just want to make this point because it's so important. Now, hey, kiddo, let me see. I really want to make this clear. The $27.75, you're doing that, you're getting 3 of these up front in software installer. You're getting them for less than $1,000 each, complete with your hosting and your SSL cert and everything. You can put these things up or on your main website, but you're also having the software installer, which means you can install it anywhere for anyone. That's unlimited. If you were to install like 20 over the course of a couple of months for people who are like, hey, I want one, you sold them cheap. Think about it. How much do they each cost you, right? $27.75 minus like $200 for the hosting. Say it's like $2,500 just to make the point. Divide by 20. They cost you $125 each. Is really what that would mean. That's why you want to pay for the whole thing outright. It is literally cheap because you can install an unlimited number. Okay? Totally amazing. All right. Now, you have to have the software installer. That is $295 a year. We were trying to offer it $295 one time, but after the first couple of years, it became so expensive because there's so many gigs stored in the file repository. We cannot do that. It has to be $295 a year. So for those of you who haven't paid in like 2 years now, and most of you haven't, then the reality check is you got to activate the account to get back in there. Okay, none of your stuff is lost, but you have to activate. How do you get an account at Software Installer? Go to free.softwareinstaller.com. If you go there, it'll forward you. You don't need to know that stuff. Just free.software-installer.com. Free dot. That's the free subdomain, right? And if you have never been here before, you'll click this so that you can register, right? And then you'll be able to register. Either you have a coupon code from somebody else who signed in, or if you don't, you got to pay $5 to get one, okay? Then you'll be able to get in. After you register, okay, then use your username or your email address for both the user and the pass to log in. Then change your password after you log in for your own security. We're not responsible for it, you are. Having said that, once you get inside free.software-installer.com, once you're in there, here's the point I want to make. Let's get in there real quick. Okay. There are so many tools. If you don't know anything about these tools, watch the videos at the top. This right here goes through them. And also, most of these tools come with each of their things. We put the link to each video with each thing. You're going to want the individual installation where you can install what you have to any cPanel out there, basically. It's totally amazing. Now, you're going to want to get the cPanels we have for installing these Blitz panels, T2HB. Anyway, you got to upgrade for strong growth at the bottom. Okay, if you upgrade for strong growth, okay, that's $295 for a full year. Just name and email, right? We'll set you up. That way you have it. We'll be able to put your versions of what you get, your industries, your entire T2H Blitz panels into the file repository. And that way you have them in here, okay? And you'll be able to use them for installation to any website you want. Again, the video's covered. It's really, really easy. You won't be doing it there. You'll be doing it in the main software installer because you can keep so much stuff in your file repository once you have that ready. Okay, totally amazing, really, really huge, a lot of options. So I just want to point that stuff out, right? Because it's unbelievably, it's growing so fast and everything's going to be done soon. Everyone's going to start getting paid, right? Robocalls and the stuff we have. But for those of you who really want to push it, keep in mind those two things. One, Blitz stack here. Two, cPanel with SSL there to be able to set up your own cPanels and install your own stuff to them. And if you go with the Blitz stack, and you can, get the full version. It is the best deal. And you're helping us continue to develop, improve. And for all you guys, we'll ask you, are you okay with putting your templates up in a website installer so that they can auto install and you can get your commissions for all of that that's happening, whether it's going through robocallers or whether we're setting up or robotext or whether we're setting up separately for SEO jobs through robocallers. Because right now, if we just start reaching out to cold calling companies, so many people are going to pick this up. So many people are going to pick this up. This is easy money for cold callers, something they're just starving to sell, and we can pay them well per sell. We can literally find that balance. We can let them tell us what they think the price should be and literally nail that in with them, right? They can keep a third of the money from the first payment, and then we just keep getting the rest monthly, right? The payouts are huge. The residuals are insane. And really, I don't know anywhere where you can, in 2 days, after just uploading a file, suddenly be able to just start calling companies and saying, look, I got you here. I got you here. I got you here. I got you here. Just by doing a dummy run, okay? Heck, man, those results I got was just from one of the pages of results from the sitemap that got indexed. I didn't even go past the one page. It was like page 3. Those were the subdomains at the time. They all came off of page 3. Okay? How's that for insane? And if we actually SEO'd those pages, and if we actually did runs on different websites, you know, so that the guy can show up for more spots on the same pages times more total keywords, is really insane what we can offer. You know, you could talk about doing 4 for the price of 3. So it's either $500 a month SEO on one website, or we'll do 4 websites for the price of 3, $1,500 a month. We'll manhandle 400 pages for that guy, right? Like 10 pages times 10 cities times 4 websites is 400 pages. SEO, which for us, again, you know, we can do that with all of our clients easily now. So no one gets left in the dust. We'll take care of all the clients. Okay, on all the productions we set up, we'll group the clients and take care of them. And we'll make sure they're in different cities for the different templates we put out so that they're not directly competing. And then we can turn around and offer all of them what? GetTrialLeads.com. So I don't know what to tell you. This is it. This is where things start to go totally up in the air. So thank you for waiting. Thank you for watching. Thank you for getting involved. And really, we can always use the help. So for any of you that want to be able to get this Blitz stack, if you can do it and get it, let us know the industries you want. We are hungry to set you up and get you rolling, because immediately we can upload files for you, make those pages live, and we or you or both can reach out to cold calling companies to say, hey, do you want to sell these? And just let the cold callers pick and choose from your projects, right? So there will always be guys who want to sell yours. Some guys know orthodontists better. Some guys know plumbers better. Some guys know roofers better. You just keep calling around until you hit the guys who know how to sell your market, right? And they'll just show the results on the front page and say, hey, you want to pay us for SEO? And the company will be like, wow, you already got me on the front page without even me paying a thing. Because why? HTML validation. Never heard of it, but that makes sense. No coding errors. Google understands the pages better. I get that. Well, I wonder what my website looks like. Oh, man, tons of errors. Page speed. Yeah, we all agree. The faster the page loads, the more Google wants to show you at the top. Let me check my page speed. Oh, it's horrible, right? That most companies are not on the front page. We're outranking them. This website right here, we probably, well, we do obviously outrank that guy for this keyword right here. And we probably outrank him for a lot of other ones too. Heck, he may not even show up for anything, right? This right here, okay, unless that's him, we're outranking him. And the answer is that's not him, but that's 25 best roofers. But then here's the best single result, right? And so on and so forth, okay? So yeah, we're outranking these guys with our productions. I don't know who else has this kind of power. All right, I'm going to break off. All I'm going to say is come along for the ride. Those of you who are waiting for Robotext, great. Those of you who you're hungry to get your own one of these, it is the best thing I can imagine putting out. It is the most flexible. It's the easiest thing to show a demonstration for, and it's the easiest thing to raise cash with. I don't know any other way to put it. So if you come in and get the Blitz stack right now, whether you go with payments or buy it outright, whatever it is, you're going to get this template instantly. This one I've been showing you right here, okay? You're going to get the template immediately. It's not going to have these entries in it because what's the point of that? It's totally competitive. But it wouldn't take anything to change some of the contents on yours and upload a file with a bunch of companies on yours and just make this thing run, okay? We're totally interested in helping you do that too. We really are. Because especially if you want to put it in website installer, because if we keep creating things for different people for the industries they want also, and that's the whole big point, is to get more industries into play, it's absolutely insane. All of our affiliates can pick and choose what they want to offer, and we can back it all. We can have the big global variables list that fits each guy with their stack of keywords and topics, and every time they go and they sign up with their company information, we recognize their cities. So we create the pages on their website that pertain to their cities with their topics and keywords, all HTTPS, all page speed maximized with no coding errors, okay? Totally crazy. All right, that's all I can say. Come to website-installer.com, get the Blitz stack if you want, okay? Really kudos to all you guys who can do it, because in 10 years, we've never been able to offer this before. We have sold far less for more. This is by far the best offer we've ever put out, okay? And this is the beginning of a brave new world for us. This is the beginning of retirement. It really is going to be easy from this point forward. Okay, thanks for everything you've been doing and all the support you've given. That's how we've gotten there. And those of you who are waiting, pretty soon we're going to have the Blitz on some of these templates. We'll ask you, do you want to do it with these templates because we're ready with those templates, or do you want to hold out for the next ones? I don't know, few more days. We're just doing several things at once, but trying to get the stuff done. We did finish the development. So now we've just got to start copying over the power into the different templates that are available. Okay. So hang in there. This is so close. Thanks.